in different areas. In Ankole, the elders are the rich people. The elders are the rich people because they are the ones with, people are talking about it. They are the ones with the land. They are the ones with the cattle. They are the ones who are rich people. So really, you should do. These are not elders who depend on Misara and what. They depend on income from wealth, from coffee, from cows, from milk, from bananas. So why do you say that actually you are saying that in the parish model, we did not talk so much about them because we know in Runyankole they say Nubanyi Namaka. Nubanyi Namaka. They are the owners of the home. Umuruganda tuchogala tuchya. Semaka. Aha. Abakadi biba semaka. Now the marginalized are the women, because the women are the ones who traditionally don't have where they came from, they are not there. Where they are married, they are not there. Except my daughters. My daughters, I said no. They must share where they came from. For my daughters, I put it in my will. They must be there in my will. My daughters. I cannot have my daughters hanging around waiting for handouts from the husbands. No. They go there on equal basis. If you don't want, I go back to my place. So don't think that this question of the elders it was not because they were. It's because we are trying to deal with the historically really marginalized. The youth. Many of them don't inherit because you see that one also should study and develop a policy. Because the elders with property, they would keep the property until they die. And when he's dying, he says, oh, I'm dying. Now my things, the other one should take this, the other one should take that. But why do you wait to die? Why don't you? Because you see the capitalist system where this man comes from, in Europe, they long ago developed a system of shares. This word shares, we use it here, but people don't follow it so much. Emigabo. If you have your, like my property, I have my properties. I long ago put those properties in Emigabo, in the shares. Of course, I'm the majority shareholder. Because they are my properties, 60% or 51% or whatever. But majority, because I don't want people to come and vote me out. And say we sell, because if you registered it as a company, some of these bad children, they can say we have voted this man out, and we sell the property. So the good thing is to you keep the majority shareholding, but your children become shareholders and your wife becomes shareholders. Even when they are married away, wherever they are, they have their shares here. And when they declare dividends, they send them their money, put it on their account. so that the ownership starts even when you are alive, the co-ownership. The elders should, those councils of ours should study these issues. So that's how you get the Europeans. You get a man like Rockefeller, who was very, I don't know what he was before, but he started being rich. When he died, the wealth continued growing. Now the wealth is bigger than even when he was alive. But here, you find a rich man dies, the wealth disappears. Because it is fragmented, shared. Obwana bona bulinge nkuyege. Bumalawo obugagga obaddewo. Omusajja mwe abaana babigabana byonna. Abamu ne batunda awo. So, we should evolve ideas of how the actors can create wealth, share it with their families, even when they are alive, and perpetuate it even after the pioneers have died. So that would be point number 5, the issue of income. Not this, you say you shall work on it, but please, I think it is risky to divert our people from developing their own blood, Omusai, Remo, we call it Remo in Luo. We call it Remo. How do we call it in Luo? Remo. You are now saying that we should have anemia and depend on blood donation. Nti abakadde baffe babeere okugwa mu omusaayi, anemia, then they wait for blood donation from the Irish, from I don't know who. That's not good. You have your own blood. Let your body manufacture its own blood. Have your own wealth, so that this blood supply, blood transfusion, only comes in as a fallback for some calamity or something like that. So I don't know whether you do. No, then finally, of course, I think the good elders also need good company. So you'll have to fine-tune that question of good company. How can... I know there are groups which are trying to work on that, Mothers Union, I don't know what, Catholic Guild, I don't know what. They try, but how are they working on it? Company, because somebody can die from loneliness. So, that's not my number 6. So therefore, if you look at those 6 points of mine, which you can audit and see whether are they enough or is there something missing, then we go to now the parish model. The parish model is the latest effort to make sure that every elder, every person, by the time he becomes an elder, he has got enough blood in his system, doesn't need blood transfusion. And that's why the parish model. And in the parish model, we shall see this business of sharing and all that. But for me, in our head, we knew that the elders were actually the people who had less problem. Why? Because they are the owners of the land, the owners of the cows, the owners of the shops in the trading center. All the other people are their dependents. The women are their dependents. The children are all dependents. They are actually the main actors for the majority of cases. So therefore, the parish model, they are the core. The core. When you say, Okusimbe Mwanyi, who? In whose land? It is in his land. The protection we need to work on is more legal. More legal, because there are children apparently who the Banyankole say abarukutera abazaire, the ones who turn against their parents. These are the ones we need, and they don't use legal because the property belongs to the parents. It's not theirs. These ones are like robbers. They come to use violence and so on, to use illegal means, because the property is not theirs. It is the parents. So therefore, the protection, I think, would be there, the legal. If a child, traditionally, if a child misbehaves, the Banyankole disinherit him. Ukumutwa, you call the clan and you say, this one is no longer my child. Ndoza Waganda bakita kumzarukusa, bakita batia? Kumzarukuka. So traditionally, there were methods of how you could discipline. But it seems now they are no longer, these children go and work with the police, work with what? They use violence now. So I think that's why you need to help the elders protect their property and their. But otherwise, in the parish model, they are the main actors because they are the ones with the land, with the property, cows. They are the ones with the shops in the trading center. So what can be the problem? It can only be either they don't know what to do, or if they know what to do, then they are disturbed by some other actors, including the vagabond children who are vagabonds. Now I would like to thank the development partners for the blood transfusion. Some of our people having ensured anemia, which I want to cure. I want to cure anemia. But it's good. It's better than nothing. Thank you for the support. Now, you are now saying that the government is contributing 120 billion to this program, and you are now talking of digital access, digital literacy. I think that's what you are talking about, that the elders should know how to use computers. That's good. But computers to count what? You see, the reason we went to the bush, we did not fully agree with some of the people. They will start with other things, but for us, because for me, so the computer, what will you calculate? to calculate the surge money you are getting, the surge money. I think in our ideology, in our thinking, we should really start the other way. Create wealth first, so that you have got a problem of counting what you have. Then you say, let me look for the computer. But you are doing nothing, and you want to calculate how many you are going to get from Sage, from Irish, and you need a computer for that. I don't think that is. The computer is good, but please, start with the foundation. Everything has got a foundation. These computers came to deal with big numbers. You've got a lot of figures, they take long. To use the Chamate method, you know our Chamate method. Chamate, the school I went to, the long addition, the multiplication, you know. These are too tiresome, so let's get a computer. But now, what are you going to calculate? Just rumor mongering, picking. So please, digital empowerment, but starting with wealth creation, so that you now have the need to calculate what you have, and to store data, to store information. In the short run, this Sage, of course, will help, because it puts some purchasing power. It even helps the economy, because there is sugar in the factory. We are looking for markets for sugar in Tanzania and Kenya, but some of our people here are not drinking sugar. Why are they not drinking sugar? Because they don't have the money to buy it. So if you can give her that 25,000 and buy the sugar, that's good for her, but also good for the economy. As a fire brigade, okuzikiza omuliro gw'obwavu. Then your Banyankore have woken up. When we come from the bush, we woke them up. And some of the other groups here in some of the areas, they are producing a lot of milk. The production of milk is now 2.8 billion liters, but the consumption in Uganda is only 800 million liters. Why? Because some of the people are not drinking the milk, and yet they need it. You remember I was talking about the diet. Diet as one of my 6 points. Now one of the diets is milk.